Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking all things Alibaba.com and shipping. I have done a whole series of videos on Alibaba.com, but I did get a request from a few of my subscribers to do an updated one really covering the topic of shipping. Now I know shipping with Alibaba is the bane of a lot of business owners' lives, including mine, but I have over 6 years of experience working with Alibaba suppliers and I've ordered thousands of products from China to ship to the UK, so I have a bit of experience on this topic and I am able to share with you guys some top tips and tricks on how to make the process as smooth as possible. The reality is shipping prices have flown up on Alibaba.com internationally, even shipping to the EU. As you know, there are a whole load of problems with that at the moment, and shipping prices to the USA from the UK have pretty much doubled since the beginning of my business. I've seen a huge difference in the shipping costs. So you kind of have to have that in mind when you are starting your business and you are thinking about purchasing from Alibaba.com in bulk, that the shipping price is going to be high. So make sure you incorporate that into your profit, into your pricing, because it is going to cost you quite a lot. So the good thing with Alibaba.com is you do have space to negotiate with your suppliers. I really recommend speaking to a multiple amount of suppliers when you are looking for a product on Alibaba.com, not just for shipping but just in general, because you want to get a bunch of samples and really get the best price for your business. In doing this, you're able to speak to a wide variety of suppliers, and different suppliers will have different shipping terms and different shipping prices because they might have more of a relationship with the shipping companies and they might have been running for a longer time, so they're able to get the price down for you. So make sure you really ask around. The key here is to communicate with your suppliers. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I was very like that in the beginning. I didn't want to ask them too many questions because I was like scared that they would mess up my order or they just think this guy was annoying. No, you need to ask questions, and the chat section within Alibaba.com is amazing because it keeps record of everything you've said, and it also works as evidence if you ever have to make a claim with Alibaba.com or anything like that, which I've never had to do. I've been very lucky. And stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to show you how you're able to secure yourself if it ever came to a situation where you were getting scammed or you ordered products and they never arrived. So there are typically, when it comes to shipping from China to the UK, 3 options that most suppliers will give you when it comes to shipping. And the first one is by air shipping, the next one is by sea, and then the third one is by train. I've never done by train, and to be honest, I've never heard of anyone doing it by train, and I wouldn't really recommend it. That is definitely the longest way you could ever get your products to you, and I just feel like it's a bit of an unsafe way. I don't know, I would never recommend someone to do by train. It's going to take you probably months for it to come, literally, and it will probably be the cheapest option, but as you know, cheapest isn't always the best way to go. I used to start off with the express, with the air shipping, and when I order my samples I always go with air shipping just to make it quicker. Usually it will come within a week to 2 weeks when it comes to air shipping, depending on the supplier, depending on the time of year or month that you're buying from the supplier, and depending on what service you're using. That is an option for you. However, of course, it is the most expensive option. So due to this, I usually opt for sea. Lately, in the past few months when I've ordered from Alibaba.com, I have gone for the sea option just because it is a bit more affordable. It does take longer, however, so you do have to account that within your production timeline, because it can take a few months, maybe even 3 months, for it actually to arrive to you when you are shipping by sea. Now, the types of shipping companies that these suppliers typically use when they arrive to the UK is FedEx, DHL. Those are the 2 that I usually get my shipments from, and obviously when they reach the UK you are able to get communication from them. So I think it's so super important that you actually make sure you share all of your details, including your mobile number, your home address, email address, all of that with your supplier, so that they can send it to the shipping company, so that when it lands in the UK, if there are any issues, FedEx FedEx or DHL or whatever company that they use will contact you. And I've had that happen in the past. When one of my packages was stuck in customs, they actually phoned me up and asked me about the package and asked me the information that I needed for it to pass customs. Now, a lot of people ask me, like, how do you arrange the shipping? This is something that your supplier should do on their end. There is something called delivery duties paid, or duties delivery paid, one of them, DDP anyway, and that means that you are paying for the duties costs within the shipping costs, so you're paying for everything up front. You may want to mention that to your suppliers, but like I say to everyone who asks me that question, contact your suppliers and ask them the detailed questions. Ask them, will I be charged when it arrives to the UK? How can I avoid being charged when it arrives to the UK? Can I pay the fees up front? And they should have experience in this area and know what they're talking about. That's why I recommend that you actually go with a supplier that has been in business for 5 years minimum. And you can check this when you actually go to the supplier's company profile. I'll put a screenshot on the side of this video. You can actually check how long they've been running, and that will actually help you when you are speaking with them to have more security and know that they know what they're talking about. With every company I've used, I've just asked them up front, and I never really get charged when the shipment arrives to me. In the past, when I didn't communicate with my suppliers, I've had heavy charges when it actually arrives to the UK. I'm talking like a couple £100, even more, extra on top of what I've already paid for the shipping. So just bear that in mind as well, and really communicate with the supplier and let them know, like, you don't want to get charged. Is there any way you can pay up front? So the next thing you want to do is make sure that you have a EORI number, and this is something that you can get from the government. Just type in EORI number and it is free to get. You just simply give in your details, fill out the form, and they will send you a number within, I think it's now a few days, but it may be a few weeks depending on how it's changed now. But you will get a dedicated number to you, which you can then assign to any customs forms that you ever fill out in the future when you are shipping outside of the UK. When I talk about my shipping process when I'm shipping to the USA and I have to fill out the customs declaration form within Royal Mail, there is usually a space for your EORI number, and that's the number that you want to put there. This is also the number you want to hand to your suppliers when they are filling out your shipping for you. So just make sure you say to them, hey, this is our EORI number, please make sure you put this on the package, because you don't want to get into the situation where I did when I had to wait 2 weeks for my items to clear customs because I didn't have an EORI number. Now, I can't finish an Alibaba.com video without mentioning the 3 important things I need you to check when you are finding new suppliers to buy from, and that is that the company is trade assured, and this is something that Alibaba has set up just to make sure that you are secure. If your payment goes through and you don't receive the goods, you're able to get that money back if the supplier is trade assured. So make sure you see that badge or that icon on the supplier's company profile. You also want to check when the companies have been inspected. There is a way that you can look on Alibaba profile to see if the manufacturer and the factory's been inspected by Alibaba. For extra security, you can actually have your products inspected before they actually ship to you, and for that I use a website called Bureau Vistas. I will leave it down below, and that is someone that you pay. It's a third party, you pay that company, they go to China for you and they will go to your factory to actually inspect your shipment. So they'll take out random samples from every 20 or 100 items, check the product to your requirements, so make sure you make it very clear what isn't acceptable, what is acceptable, and then you just pay them a charge for that. And then once that is all secure and they say yeah, everything's good, you can then pay for your shipment and get it shipped to you. So I really hope this video was helpful and answered any questions you had about shipping from China to the UK with Alibaba.com. The last thing I do want to mention is, if you find that this is just too much to handle and too expensive, the other alternative is AliExpress. It is way faster shipping, way cheaper. However, you don't have the flexibility to customize or get as bigger quantities as you would when you're more advanced in business. So if you want to start off small and get your feet wet within this kind of importing, exporting China industry, definitely use AliExpress first and then advance to Alibaba.com. So if you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys, and like this video. It really helps my channel to grow, and I will catch you in the next one.